Hi. So I guess this is like a bit of a follow-up video to one of my last videos, which was I Am Austin. The day I kind of realized that, the day I kind of took a step back and looked at myself, was the same day I recorded and uploaded the video, and just the rest of that week it was overwhelming because I kept on realizing more stuff. But it wasn't really overwhelming in a negative way either, because the more of my flaws and differences with people, the more self-acceptance and self-liberation in a way that I felt. And it's good to know yourself, because for a long time I felt kind of lost, but I kind of realized that I'm not antisocial, because I really do like meeting people, but I'm not totally interested in a lot of people. And when people that I'm not really interested, which I do love, and I am aware that they are amazing and beautiful, nobody is normal, and I also don't look at them like they're just there either, but it's just I'm not really interested in them. And so I guess I could come off as either passive aggressive or just everything I'm saying is forced, and I don't like it when I sound so synthetic. And I think the reason why I'm not really drawn towards a lot of people is because I notice a lot of kids my age throw out this fake representative of themselves, and they're very insecure and judgmental, and not only judgmental about themselves but also about the people around them too. And that's kind of hard to deal with, because I have a lot of friends who are like that, or just, I guess, close acquaintances. And that's fine, it's just how they blossom, it's just how they are, and maybe they'll grow out of it, Who am I to judge them for being like that? Would I be no different? But yeah, and I really do feel like I come off as strange, and not strange as in a negative way, but just different. Again, in the I Am Austin video, I said that I'm very emotional, and that's true. I'm very sensitive and very empathetic and passionate, and it can be humiliating at times. But now I'm starting to realize that, I don't think a lot of people. I don't think I should deal with a lot of people, and it's nothing against them. It's just more of me just not caring, because I need to not care. If I take life seriously, again, like I said, and I think I shouldn't take it as seriously. I shouldn't care about as much as I do. And I'm not saying I want to stop being passionate about things like the universe, just life itself. No, because that's who I am, and I fucking love learning, and I love experiencing new things. But I just feel like I shouldn't take it as seriously as I do, and I'm really glad I noticed that. I'm really glad I realized that. And another thing that I noticed that might come off as strange to people is that I go really in depth in things, and even when it's not serious. Like, for example, I with my best friends, I kind of let out my inner 12-year-old, and we've been best friends since we were about 11 or 12. And me and Kyle, for example, will go on just a really deep, we'll start a basic conversation, right? And then we'll just go really deep and stupider into it, and just overanalyze the fuck out of it, to the point it's just ridiculous and stupid, and we're aware of it, but it's because it's fun. I don't remember the exact conversation, but this is an example. I think either in 6th or 7th grade, we were talking about how certain people drive, and then we somehow mixed that in with Transformers, and I remember it. I remember not the whole conversation, but I remember we were sitting on a bench outside of Walgreens. But yeah, you know, it's like, I don't feel like a lot of people are used to people like myself. And I'm not saying like I'm special. I mean, everybody is special, but I know for a fact I'm not the only one who feels like this. And I think the reason why I'm kind of like this, there's a number of reasons. I think it's one, I've been out of school for a little over a year now, and I kind of lost when I went to Maine. This is when I fully just when I went to Maine, and then months later, after my second trip to Maine, I took mushrooms, and I feel like that's when I just fully lost my grip of the herdist mentality, you know? And I started to become an individual. And everybody is an individual, you know, but a lot of kids try to follow the herd. And I'm not really like that, you know. But I don't blame them too. And I think a lot of it has to do with the school system. And just there's many factors, you know, nothing's black and white. But yeah, you know, I could come off as strange, I guess. I have a weird thing with eyes. I don't stare at people in their eyes. Well, some people I do because they do the same thing to me, so it's kind of cool. But I just really like checking out people's eyes and like, I don't know. Again, with the quietness, I know I'm totally rambling on. Again, with the quietness, it's like, I feel like I could come off as passive-aggressive, when in reality I'm just kind of listening, you know? And then when I do start talking, people are like, okay. And I guess a lot of other people are like, take a step back slowly, you know? But I don't know, what I'm trying to say is that the more realizations, the more I take a step back and look at myself, the more self-acceptance I feel. And I'm really glad that, you know, I'm starting to realize this. Because the past 2 years it's kind of been leading up to this, you know. And then 3 years ago, the year before that, that's a whole other story. But I guess that's another video. I don't know, you know. I don't really like feeling naked, which I am on my channel, and that's why like a lot of my videos are private, because again, they're like timestamps. And I feel like I'm naked, you know? Like, because usually, again with the whole shell part, everybody has a shell. Like, I know I referenced this in other videos, but when I tripped on shrooms, I realized that everybody has a shell, and it's just created by insecurities and different desires and different anxieties and whatnot. And everybody does, everybody has a shell. But I feel like my shell is not as thick as a lot of other people's shells. And especially when I post videos here on YouTube, I'm out of my shell. Not completely, but yeah, I don't know. That's really all I have to say. I'm really tired, so I apologize.